This video is sponsored by Bipolar Broadheads, Wheeler's Whitetails, Hunter Safety System, Third Arm, Extreme Archery Products, Plot Watcher, and Virtual Sign-In Board.
Welcome to Reality Hunt Club. This webisode we're talking about our fall planning. I also discuss about what we did or did not do in the spring and summer. So stay tuned and hear what our strategy is for this year. Well, we had planned on planting everything in soybeans like we did the year before that. I mean, last year was just awesome. We had standing beans. We had a few weeds because we couldn't spray. But we had standing beans through November and December where the deer hammered it. And the turkeys really hammered it too. But once we got up there and we looked around, we realized that our neighbors were planting some good stuff. One of our neighbors is planting probably about 4 or 5 acres up on the power line adjacent to our section of the power line. And then he was also planting 25 acres in this area that's never been planted before, at least the 10 years that we've had the club. So then we were excited about the soybeans. And then the local farmer was going to plant 30 acres of peanuts on part of our lease. And, we kind of backed down from the planting. We figured there was enough food. I mean, obviously that's a lot of food for our deer. And we just run trail cameras over that and just kind of wait and put our efforts toward the fall, early fall, late fall food plots, put them there. One side note is we talked to the guy that planted the soybeans, and he was really upset. He actually had crop permits to shoot the deer because they were just devastating his soybeans, which we know. That's one reason why we don't plant we don't plant in rows, We had a 2-row planter, and one year we planted, plus we had it around electric fence. You guys saw those videos. And the deer just went up and down the rows and systematically ate it all. So he was very upset about that, but he didn't want to shoot the deer because he knew we hunted them, plus he didn't want to waste the meat. So he didn't shoot them, but he was very upset. And he swore he wasn't going to plant anything that deer eat. He was going to plant cotton and maybe some corn, harvest the corn before they get it off the stalks and stuff like that. But I thought that was kind of interesting. So we had it easy this spring, summer, but I think this one year, we won't get it again. We're going to have to plant next spring and summer just because he won't put anything on the plate for the deer to eat. So since we didn't plant in the spring and summer, we decided that we'd plant some early food plots in August. So we planted 4 acres of iron clay peas, also known as field peas. They did really good. We planted them using the drill that we used for soybeans last year. And as you can see in this photo, this is where we planted them on the power line. They were doing really good. The deer were eating the soybeans and they were staying out of the peas. But up until last week or so, the deer have turned on the peas. As you can see, Tad and I were hunting, which this video is coming later on, and you can see this doe just devastating going down and eating the peas. You watching it right now. You can just see how she likes those peas, those young, fresh, tender growth. We also planted 6 acres on this other field behind the peanuts. And what we did was we got some leftover soybeans and peanuts that the farmer didn't plant, and we decided to throw them in the ground. Now the peas and the peanuts and the soybeans, we know they'll last us till the first good frost, which is normally the second week in November. So it's more of an early draw attractant. And, we had the land and we had the seed, and, we bought the iron clay peas, and we decided to go ahead and try to attract the deer to our property, in the early season. So hopefully we won't get a good strong frost, but the way it's looking, the deer are eating the iron clay peas very fast. It looks like they devastated about half of that 2 acres within a week's time. Now the soybeans and the peanuts are doing pretty good. The soybeans are up around the knees, which is really good because we've had some really good rain. And the deer seem to be staying out of the soybeans, those young soybeans, and instead hitting the peanuts in the field. Okay, then October 1st comes rolling around. We plant what we call our roadbed food plots. We lease from timber companies, And we don't, timber companies, their fields is pine, so there's not really many places you could plant, so we plant the road beds. We buy oats from a local farmer. We've talked about this before. We go over there and we get 5, 6, 55-gallon drums worth of oats, and then we go around to all the food plots in the road beds and we mow them down. Then we come back and we harrow them in, and then we put the hopper on the tractor and we go around with the trailer and we spread out the oats. And we got about 18 of these food plots, and it's over 4 miles, so it takes quite a while. And once we spread it out with the harrows, we spread it out with the hopper, we come back and we lightly, what we call tickling in, just covering it up a little bit with the harrows and the tractor to give it that good seed soil contact that you need. And then we knew it was going to happen. The wind was wrong for bow hunting, and I was kind of upset because I was chasing clockwork, but I couldn't hunt him, which is the story of this season, because the wind was all wrong. So we saw a rain coming on a Monday, so instead we decided to work on a Saturday and Sunday, and we worked all day those 2 days, and we got all those food plots in the ground. Sure enough, it rained all day Monday, and 6 days later we had germination, and the food plots were up, which is great because they'll be up really good by opening rifle season of Georgia, which is October 18th. One more thing to note, as we did this, we decided to buy a bag of winter annual ryegrass this year and put on some of these food plots that are really buried up in the woods that we haven't really planted. We thought the ryegrass would help would just grow a little bit better than the oats and maybe just give us more of a bushier food plot. Now these are kind of those hideaway honey spots that you see. One of them is a ridge where I shot Dispute last year, and you can see that, so I'm excited about that. We also bought a bag of red crimson clover. Now, we had a choice between crimson and white, and they actually were the same price, which kind of threw me because normally the white clover is a lot more. But after doing some more research, we decided to buy the red because the red's more it's more drought and temperature tolerant. It gets really hot in Georgia, and it can get really dry. Plus, the food plots we planted, we plan on hunting these for turkeys, and we thought the clover would help them with the bugging and maybe make it real pretty for the video. And plus, they'll use the clover fields for the strut zones. And also, those spots are half shade, half daylight during the day, so it should do rather well there. So that's basically our planning for this season. I'm always very happy because planting in October, those last fall food plots, when I get off the tractor, it makes me feel really good because all the work necessary to hunt is behind us, and I know that I don't have to focus on what's to do next on the hunting club. What's to do next is enjoy the club and hunt, enjoy my members and my friends, and try to get my son a good deer and try to help my dad out and stuff like that. It can become a grind doing all that work, so now the only grind I have is getting out there and enjoy hunting. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is entertaining. I had some people asking me what we were planning this year, and so I was kind of lackadaisy about doing this episode because this is the 4th season and we've done 3 other ones. So I hope you enjoyed it, and send me some comments and questions on Facebook or whatever, and ask, tell me what you guys are doing, or ask me why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that. So anyway, stay tuned for more webisodes. We're going to be chasing these deer, and thanks for watching Reality Hunt Club.
If you like this show, watch our other shows at hunt365.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button on the screen, or connect with us and receive notices of all our new episodes by liking our Facebook page.